I'm Judy Zelina. This is the Millcreek Government Channel. The Second Harvest Food Bank solicits, receives, inventories, stores, and distributes food and grocery products to hundreds of partner organizations. Its member agencies include food pantries, soup kitchens, kid cafes, shelters, and non-emergency agencies such as child care centers, drug and alcohol rehabilitation centers, and even senior centers. Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest Pennsylvania is the largest nonprofit food distribution organization in Northwest Pennsylvania, and the only food bank to provide food to over 167,000 hungry people in numerous counties served. Here with us today we have Beth Kyle, and Beth is the Associate Director of the Second Harvest Food Bank. Thank you for joining us today. It is such a pleasure to have you on the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
You do great work.
Thank you.
I got to tell you something. You know, everybody knows Second Harvest Food Bank. You guys are there in a heartbeat if need be. But what I'd like to do is just let some of our viewers, of course they've all heard about the food bank. What is truly your mission, Beth?
Well, our mission, and you hit it on the head there, was that we provide food to people that are in need. We don't serve just Erie. We are actually in 11 counties of Northwest Pennsylvania. We are the only food bank in Northwest Pennsylvania. A lot of people may get us confused with a food bank and a food pantry.
What is the difference on something like that?
Well, the food bank, we're very large. We are able to handle large donations, and when I say large donations, I mean truckloads of food. And then we have member agencies that come to our facility, take this food, and then they're the ones that take it back to their facility and distribute it to the clients in need. We have about 297 member agencies that come and receive food from us. Last year, we distributed 13 million pounds of food out of our food bank. So there's no way a small food pantry could be able to handle that much food with their clientele. So we spread it in, like you said, 167,000 people that we serve. So we don't have the people at our place that line up, we have the agencies that come.
I think that's absolutely amazing. Now, Beth, you've been with the food bank. How long have you been with the food bank?
I've been with the food bank for 15 years.
And we have never met. I told her, I said, wait a minute. You are a well-kept secret
That's right.
with the organization.
They keep me inside. I'm the behind the curtains kind of girl, but yes, I've been there for 15 years and I've loved every day.
I bet you've seen a lot of changes through the years too, from the time you started to what you're seeing today.
And we have. When I started, we had about 15 employees. Now we're up to 25, and we have a new location. We were on 17th and Ash. And 9 years ago, we moved into our new facility off of 12th and Green Garden. We were able to, with that move, that building, we doubled in size of where we were on 17th and Ash. So we were able to do new programs because of the larger space. So we can do things like the backpack program that we do with the schools. We have these produce expresses, which we do is we take our trucks out to areas that may not have a food pantry or a soup kitchen in their area, and we distribute food right off of our truck. We also have this program, it's the CSFP, it's a senior box program, and it's a federal program, and it's for seniors. And we pack over 2,600 boxes a month. And there's 16 items in a box, and it's almost all of these projects are because of our volunteers that come. Wow. So we didn't have the space to do that in our old facility, but now we have a much larger space that our volunteers can handle these projects, so we can
set up like an assembly line type.
We do, and it takes. For our backpacks, we pack I think it's about 1,100 backpacks a week that our volunteers do.
Wow, isn't that amazing? It's just hard to believe that there's so many children that are in need of food.
Yes, and we were talking earlier. You know, the food bank is such a wonderful organization to get behind because it's very easy to go into your own kitchen, and all you have to do really is open the cupboard, and whatever extra food you have, you can donate to us. And unfortunately, there's people out there when they open their cupboard, they don't have that availability, and so we that do have the availability is helping these ones and to help feed their families if they have a family or a senior citizen or whomever that needs the help.
And usually there's somebody that somebody knows,
right.
If not a family member, a neighbor,
right.
or a friend of a friend.
Well, in our statistics that we have, it's one out of 4 people use food in Northwest Pennsylvania from the food bank. So you're absolutely right. If it's not your neighbor, it's going to be somebody that you know.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's staggering.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask, now when people probably don't even give the food bank a second thought, throughout summer, spring, or whatever, doesn't it seem that around the holidays is when people start thinking, but you don't have a need just around the holidays, do you?
We don't. Our need is it's 24/7, 365 days a year. People struggle all the time. People tend to forget, and you're absolutely right. Our holidays is our busiest.
Right.
Because everybody, that's when they think about it. So we have a lot of food drives and fundraisers because organizations are thinking, let's do this because we're going to get together with our family and have a big meal. Maybe people don't have that. So you're absolutely correct. That's when they decide to help. But we also have in the summer with like these backpacks that these children are receiving free or reduced breakfast and lunches at the school. Well, school's not here in the summer. So now they're home, there's mouths to feed that the families didn't have to part of the day because they're in school. Now they have to figure out what they need to do. So there is definitely a need all year round.
All year round. And we can't forget that or lose sight of the fact that hungry is hungry and it doesn't have a season.
Right, absolutely.
What I wanted to ask, who exactly do you provide food for? I know we've talked about some children and seniors. How does this work out in the community?
So what we do is we have our member agencies. So it can be soup kitchens, food pantries, shelters. A lot of our food pantries tend to be churches that set up a food pantry in their congregation, but we also have larger ones like the Salvation Army has a food pantry and the City Mission has a food pantry. And so they come to us, but in order for, if you all of a sudden realize that you've lost your job and you just cannot make ends meet, you can call us at our phone number, 459-3663. What I love, it's 459 food. And if you leave, just tell us what your address is, and we have an agency locator. You can also find that on our website, and we will tell you what food pantry is in your area that you live.
Okay.
And then we will let you know who it is, when they serve, and all you need to do is you just need to go down there and register with them. Just show up with identification, and that's really all you need.
Okay, so there's no intake, no interviews, anything like that?
No.
If you have a need, you are there to fulfill it.
Absolutely, yes. Yep.
All right, you've got this huge storage facility filled with food. Where does it come from?
That is a very good question. Actually, it comes from all over the place.
All right. It came from my mailbox not too long ago.
You are correct. And I want to thank everybody that participated in the Letter Carriers Association, the NALC food drive, where you just had to put your food right on your mailbox.
Exactly what I did.
We collected, I believe, with all of our counties that came in, over or close to 100,000 pounds of food that came in that one day. Wow. So that will really help us in the summer and into the fall for this food for the agencies, yes.
Good.
We have every day our trucks are out on the road. We pick up at our local stores, the grocery stores, the Walmarts, the Targets. We have other food banks. There's over 200 food banks nationally in the United States. And so we do partner with some of them, and we will receive food from the food banks. We have a partnership called Feeding America. It's based out of Chicago. And that's where these 200 food banks also get together. So sometimes they'll get larger amounts of products that need to go somewhere, and so we get it through them. We do purchase products as well. Local manufacturers will call us. And the funny thing is people always, is it expired food? Well, it's not. With the local donations, there is a sell-by date. We all know these sell-by dates. And we also know that if the sell-by date is tomorrow, that magically come midnight today, that food doesn't go bad.
Right.
But the grocers cannot legally sell it.
Right.
So it comes to us, and as soon as we get it, it's going back out to the clients in need. With the manufacturers, sometimes what happens is, I always say cereal. If it's packaged and it says 20 ounces is what it weighs, well, if it only weighs 16 ounces, they can't legally sell that. because the weight is wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that product. So it comes to food banks to distribute.
I never thought of that.
Same thing.
Would that be the Department of Agriculture kind of monitors that, or do the grocery stores? I want to know how they know.
Quality control.
Seriously.
In the manufacturers, they're quality control.
And it's already been produced.
It's already printed, yeah, yep. And it's easier, I mean, it's less costly for them just to donate than to have to open those packages and repackage to the correct weight.
That's wonderful. I mean, that's wonderful for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And we may have some things that don't pass quality control, like if it doesn't look just right. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the product, but it's not aesthetically pleasing to go to the grocery stores, so it can come to us.
Okay.
We also have, like the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 just came out, and they promote all of these big movies. So they can promote things on like Pop-Tarts or popcorn with the Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Well, a month after that's done, they're pulling those off the shelves because it's over and done.
And they're promoting something else.
Correct. Well, what are they going to do with all this product that has the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on it? It's coming to us.
Wonderful.
So yeah, it's wonderful product that just for some reason, and I remember too, years ago when we were in the old building, one of the ketchup companies decided to change the color of ketchup. I don't know if you remember, that was purple ketchup.
I remember that.
And blue. Well, it didn't go over very well.
I just couldn't put purple.
I agree. So we got that.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
And there was nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely
It was
nothing
just a different
wrong.
color.
Correct.
And I bet a lot of people really liked that.
They did.
They got a kick out of it.
Yeah, and it's funny because when you tried it, I mean, it did taste like ketchup, but you're right, it just was very odd putting purple ketchup on a hot dog.
It's that visual thing.
Yes, yes.
I can't see a blue or green hot dog now.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you have a lot of fundraisers
We
also.
do.
Tell us about some of the annual fundraisers that you have.
Well, our biggest one is the one that just ended, was the letter carriers, the NALC food drive with the letter carriers.
All right.
We do have the WICU, which is now Erie News Now, the drive-through food drive.
Okay.
That's held at the stations that you can just drive through, and that's in the fall that you can donate. But we have large, we have small, and we tell everybody, no, it doesn't matter what the size, it's a wonderful opportunity to provide food to families that are in need. We have some people that they've done birthday parties. Instead of gifts, don't bring us non-perishable cans to our birthday party, and we'll donate it to the food bank. We've had anniversaries that they have done this. And it's so sweet when you see little kids that come for, instead of their birthday presents, that they ask to have non-perishables to come to us.
Oh my gosh, that's so touching.
It is wonderful. You just want to just hug and just squeeze the kids. It is, for them to think that young of other needs, it's just wonderful.
I was going to ask something about the fundraisers, but I don't know. It fell out of my head. You know how that happens.
Oh, I do.
I wanted to mention, we at the Millcreek Municipal Building this year kind of dwindled because we used to have the phone book drive, and this year for some reason the phone books were late, and I don't know about you, but people just are not using phone books anymore. But what we used to do is we used to take that and the proceeds would go to the food bank.
And they still, and you're right, we still do that. It has dwindled over the years because it's a lot easier to Google a phone number than to go. My children don't know when I tell them, get the phone book. I don't understand that. Yeah.
My daughter and granddaughters too. Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. What is the phone book?
Right.
Yeah, something that went in the recycle bin.
Right. Right.
But I'll tell you what amazed me is when this was promoted, we would promote this to benefit the Second Harvest Food Bank. People in winter, in January, would drive, they would get all their neighbors' phone books. They'd come in and bring like 20 phone books, and I'm thinking, bless you for wanting to do this.
It's wonderful.
To help out the organization.
Yeah, and like I said too, there's so many ways that you can help the food bank, and they're all so very easy. You know, that whether it's collecting the phone books or doing a food drive, or we'll gladly take your money. We have no problem doing that to purchase more food.
Cash is good.
That's right. And also to volunteer. We always need volunteers. So if you want to come and just help, and we will take any type of help. We will gladly accept.
Well, you have a big milestone you're celebrating this year.
We do.
You are celebrating your 35th year.
35
Tell us more
years.
about that.
So we, in the fall, we are actually going to have a art exhibit come. And it's going to be open for schools and groups, and it's going to be in September and October, because September is National Hunger Awareness Month.
All right.
So we always try to promote, so that's our orange is the color for September for hunger. And we are having an artist come in, and it's these paintings. I don't want to give too much away,
okay,
but it talks about, it's pictures of people that have had to go through hunger. And I guess you can hear, it's an audio, there's paintings, but you can also hear their story. And they said it's very powerful, it's a wonderful presentation. But 35 years that we've been in Erie.
Is this like a traveling show?
It is.
Is this what this is?
It
like
is.
a different show that's in different?
Yes, it goes around
different
in,
cities.
Yes, yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we get to have it right here in Erie.
We do, at the food bank. It'll be at the food bank, and we're actually starting this week. We are doing some renovations at the food bank. So, and we are expanding our volunteer area. So this show will also kick off our new renovations too. It'll all be done in there.
And what else are you going to do to celebrate?
Oh, that's a good question. This year, when we had our 25th, that's when the Bayfront just opened up the convention center, and we had a big dinner and that there. Well, this year we really want to focus more on the education of hunger. And so it's more going to be awareness, and not a big party, but it's to, hey, we are here, there's still a need, help us continue. I tell people, I'm probably the only one that would ever tell people, I would love for someday that I do not have a job anymore at the Second Harvest Food Bank, because if that happens, that means hunger has been eliminated.
Isn't that wonderful? Oh my gosh. It's just so hard to even imagine. Like we were talking, like this backpack program, that there are children that actually don't have food. I mean, they're hungry.
And you're right.
And adults, I mean, there's so many people in our community. Thank goodness that you guys are there. And you're so aware of it.
Correct, and that we have wonderful partners that also, I mean, it's one thing for us to receive all of this food, but we have to have wonderful partners to get the food out, but to also to get the food in. So our local donors and our manufacturers are just absolutely wonderful that they think about donating to us instead of dumping, because that used to happen years and years ago before food banks came around. Companies wouldn't know what to do with this product, that the weight was incorrect. Again, nothing wrong with the product, they would bury it. So at least there's now outlets, but it's this big circle, because without them, there's no us, but without our member agencies, we couldn't provide as much food as we do to the families that need it. And the families just have to make sure that they're coming and getting the need. It's out there.
Again, Beth, how would someone be able to participate through any of the programs, through the food banks? Is there any criteria that they have to meet?
We have a couple. The one program we do, the senior box program, and that is strictly for seniors that are 60 and older, and it is income. There's an income guideline to it. If you call us at the food bank, and if you are a senior, if you know a senior that is in need, and that they are 60, and we will let you know what the income is. We sign them up, and what we try to do is see where they live, and see if we have a site close to them. If not, they can come right to the food bank. That's the only time that really people come to the food bank is for the senior boxes. Anything else, it's really you say that we have a paper that it's a self-declaration of need, saying yes, this is the income that I make or under, and they sign off, and that's really, they just need proof of their ID that this is them, and that they sign off on the paper saying that yes, they are in need.
So you make it very easy.
We do, because we know
you don't put people through hoops.
We don't, because it's the fact that they have to go out and ask is tough.
That's hard to even begin with.
Yes, and let alone to say that that you have to go through. Well, you need this, and this, and this. Everybody just wants to provide food to anybody that's in need.
Okay, now helping stuff these boxes and backpacks. You sometimes have different groups and organizations come into the food bank. If someone wants to help and volunteer in that respect, how would a group be able to do this?
Well, if
How
you
do-
go
how do they arrange
on our
it?
website, we just started and it's been wonderful. We actually have one of our pages on our website is for volunteers, and we have a calendar, and it shows any days that we are available that we need help. And you can either click on that calendar and register your group, or you can always call our volunteer department and talk to them, because if it's a group, there's certain numbers that we have to meet. So if it's a larger group, sometimes we may have a different day or what have you, but that's all you need to do, either call or go to our website. And the only qualifications for that is if you're over 18, you can come. If you're under 18, you do have to have a parent or somebody that has clearances. But that's just come in and wear dirty clothes and.
Okay, what about what if a family decides, mom, dad, some aunts, uncles, and the kids all want to come? Can we just register online, or would that be something you would want us to talk with?
You can talk, you can do both.
With the volunteer coordinator.
With families like that, the first Saturday of every month, because we have our regular hours that are during 8 to 4.
All right.
But we also have certain days, nights, and weekends. And those will start up in this beginning of the school year. The first Saturday of every month, it's our family day. And Smith's is gracious enough that they provide hot dogs for the families. And so you can come with your children and you can do a project. And then we have 2 shifts, the morning and the afternoon. And you can go online and you can register.
Really?
Yep, and I'm telling you, if anybody that has children or just wants to come, my children every month, I say, can we go? They love it because we gear the project. Normally it's packing backpacks. We make sure that it's a project that the kids can do, and everybody just has a ball.
That is wonderful. It really is. I know my granddaughters have both done it, and they have said, we should get the whole family and all go down there. So that is something that we really are, that's why I wanted to ask you, because we're tossing that around, and we'd really like to do that.
I would say just give our volunteer department a call and let her schedule it. We actually have.
So you're going to be invaded by the Salinas.
That's okay. We have one girl, I think it's the past 2 or 3 years, she's had her birthday party there.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my
So
gosh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because they're enjoying themselves, but also
They're giving back.
Exactly. They're learning to be a little bit more aware of needs in the community, and that's important at a young age. So, Beth, I want to reiterate again, how can we as a community help you? We know how you're helping us. Again, let us know some of the different ways that we can help you.
We always say there's 3 different ways to either volunteer your time, come, because there is, of the 13 million pounds that we distributed, about 1 million pounds goes through our rework, which is our volunteer area. So these programs we couldn't do without the volunteers.
Okay.
Because we only have 25 people on our staff, there's no way that we could do this on top of our day-to-day jobs. So we always say, come and volunteer. Even we have regulars that come once a week, and they are very loyal. We have some that if they just want to come with the family one time, hey, that's great too,
right? Because
it's helping us with the need. So you can always volunteer your time. You can always volunteer monetarily. Just write us a check or cash, or you can host a food drive or a fundraiser, or along that you can just open your cupboards and just bring us a bag of food. And we will gladly take any of those or all. Are wonderful.
You know what, I'll tell you, Beth, I have to tell you, you guys do a great job.
Well, thank you.
How many counties do you serve?
We serve 11 counties. So we are not just Erie. We start in Erie, and our farthest away east is Clearfield County.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and our drivers are on, because we deliver to majority of our out-of-town agencies, so our drivers are on the road 5-6 days a week.
How many vehicles do you have?
We have 9.
Holy cow,
Yep.
I never realized that.
Yeah, and we try to make them as colorful as possible so everybody can look and see.
We all know the trucks
That's
when we
right.
see it going by.
That's right. Yep.
Beth, again, thank you so
Well,
much.
thank
It was
you.
so nice to meet you.
It was very nice to be here.
And it was just a pleasure. You guys always have something going on. Good luck with
you.
everything that you do on your 35th anniversary
so
and
much.
the art exhibit. Now, is that going to be open to the public? And like anybody can come
I
to
believe
it?
I believe so.
There'll be more information?
There will be. Just go to our website, and I know that
Okay.
they will be putting it right on the website.
Okay. Thank you again
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Viewers, if you have any questions or if there's something more you wanted to find out about that we talked about, check out their website. Also, check out their Facebook page, because then they keep current with everything that they're doing right there on the Facebook
Yes.
page,
Yep.
correct?
You are correct.
Okay. Again, viewers, thank you so much for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel, and until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.